the Smithtown Library, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a DIY yarn wall hanging. So what you are going to need for this project is a piece of cardboard, a stick from outside, or you could also use a wooden dowel, a pair of scissors, and some yarn. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your piece of cardboard. I cut mine like about 4 inches or so. That's about how long I want my tassels to be. If you want longer tassels, you're going to want to cut a bigger piece of cardboard, or if you want shorter tassels, you're going to want to cut a shorter piece of cardboard. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my yarn, and I'm going to wrap my yarn around my piece of cardboard here approximately 40 times. So I'm going to just hold on to it with my thumb, and I'm going to start wrapping. And then eventually you can kind of let go once it gets going. Okay, and then once you're happy with the number of wraps, you're going to snip your yarn. And then you're going to grab another piece of yarn. So you want to have a decent amount of length on this because this is what's going to attach your tassel to your stick. So it doesn't have to be, an exact measurement, but you want to give yourself a little bit of extra length so you can play with the length of your tassels on your stick. So I'm just threading this piece of yarn through my soon-to-be tassel, and I'm going to even them out at the top. And then I'm going to just double knot it. And I'm going to give it a nice tight double knot. Okay, so once I have that attached to my tassel, I'm then going to take my tassel off of my cardboard. I'm going to make sure to keep my loops separated, and then I'm going to take my scissor and I'm going to put my scissor in the middle of the loop here. I'm going to make sure I catch all of my loops, and I'm just going to cut. So now I have the beginnings of a tassel here, and I'm going to take another piece of yarn, maybe like 6 inches or so. And I'm going to put that underneath my tassel. And I probably want my piece of yarn to tie off at about 1 inch down from the top of the tassel. So I'm going to give it a knot here, and I'm going to kind of like look at it, adjust it a little bit. I want to make sure that all my loops are nice, like this guy is hanging out a little bit here, so pull that down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around just a few times to give it some extra security. And I'm going to wrap my other piece around, and then I'm going to tie it off again with another double knot. And then I'm going to look and adjust and see if I need to pull anything down. And then I'm going to, once I'm happy with my tassel, I'm going to cut off the extra ends. I might even give it one more knot to secure it. And I'm going to just snip these ends off. Okay, and if you find that you have a couple pieces that are not entirely even with the rest of your tassel, you can kind of bunch up the ends and kind of give it a little bit of a haircut. So I'm going to just kind of trim so that it looks nice and even at the bottom. And there we go, we've got a tassel. So you're going to make however many tassels you want. I'm probably going to make about 5 for my yarn hanging. So I'll see you back here when I have 5 tassels done. So once you have all of your tassels completed, you're going to want to lay them out on your stick to see what length you want each tassel to hang at. So I decided to create a pattern where my center tassel is the longest and they get shorter as you go up from the sides. You could decide to have yours go straight across, or you could have them alternate in length, but you kind of want to lay them out ahead of time to get an idea of where you want each tassel to hang. So now I'm going to just show you how to attach your tassels to your stick. So I've got my center tassel here. I've approximated the length that I want it to be at. So I'm just going to put my string underneath my stick and just give it a double knot here. Just pull it nice and tight. And one more knot to do it. And then I'm just going to trim off any excess. And then you're just going to repeat that with your other tassels. You're going to approximate the length and then knot each tassel onto your stick. So once you've attached your tassels to your stick, you're going to cut one last piece of yarn so you can hang your project from the wall. So you're going to take your yarn and you're going to just double knot it to the end of your stick, just like so. And then if you have any extra, you can just trim that off. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side of your stick. Just another double knot. And then I'm going to trim the extra again, just so it looks nice. And then I have my finished project. Thank you for joining me today. We can't wait to see you in our building soon, but until then, stay well and continue to visit the library's website at www.smithlib.org for more programs and resources.